The wait is almost over. Magnificent Mecha has released photo after photo of their brand new, highly anticipated unofficial rendition of Optimus Prime from the Bayverse trilogy, with an extremely perfect matching mold coated with a commanding paint app. Many assumed this will be the Bayverse king. Not so fast. Unique Toys just showed they're still in the game, releasing an update for its upcoming all-in-one trilogy Prime for the first time since announcing it nearly 2 years ago. Right before demand ran high for buying both versions of Magnificent Mechas. Has Unique Toys shattered that? Is buying both really worth it? Let's find out. I wasn't expecting this, but Dreamstar Toys' long haul might give Mecha Invasion some serious competition. Subscribe for the full reviews and comparison. And the reveals are in. Unique Toys' first ever colored reveal of Justice Leader, their unofficial take on Optimus Prime as he appeared in the first 3 Michael Bay directed live action movies. Now, to be clear, this isn't the final paint app for the figure, as we don't yet have the flame decals as they appeared on his body and truck mode in the movie. Nevertheless, it is the first time we can see how Unique Toys' version manifests itself in the movie color scheme, and the competition for the next level third-party Prime has only gotten tense. In case you aren't too familiar, here's a bit of a refresher. Magnificent Mecha and Unique Toys both announced their competing Primes all the way back in the summer and fall of 2024, which is getting close to 2 years from now. Not even once in 2025 did we ever get any further update about these Primes. But towards the start of 2025, we did get announced of a third-party unofficial Prime entering the competition, this time from a company called CT Toys. But as it has been showing all along, it has mainly been serving as the most budget-friendly alternative for the versions by Magnificent Mecha and Unique Toys. Up until this entire competition even started, many collectors saw the Wei Zhang KO figure as the best and most movie-accurate depiction of the ever-so-popular commander of the Autobots. Now, compared to the other third-party renditions, it was more accurate in certain respects, both in truck and robot form. Notably, it contained the guide poles right by the headlights, which we often do not see in many upscale third-party Primes or even in official releases. Wei Zhang also made sure that the exhaust pipes were right by his neck as shown in the movie and not at his shoulders, which is what so many third-party Primes did despite the difference from the movie. Wei Zhang also ensured that Prime could have movie-accurate looking wheels for both movie and robot modes without any parts forming, which proved to be a major feat in engineering. Other Primes didn't even include movie-accurate looking back wheels for robot mode, and the one that did simply required you to remove the back tires with movie-accurate looking tires that the truck couldn't roll on. And unlike the masterpiece scale Primes before its release, it was the first that got the design of the back right. Still, I think the biggest drawback was how they depicted Prime's chest. It's as if those red chest pieces were sticking out of him like a big belly instead of looking more compact as in the movie, whereas the official NPM and other third-party Primes were much closer and better looking. The CT Prime gets the chest a lot better, but it still falls short due to the proportions of his pelvic area and the shape of the truck grill not matching the movie. Now that we have versions coming from Unique Toys and Magnificent Mecha, it is growing more and more certain that the Wei Zhang will get dethroned. The question is which will deliver the perfect transformable Prime. For the past 6 months, Magnificent Mecha has been releasing update after update. First in January with just the red and blue color scheme, adding the flames, that metallic look in February, and proved in March that it could take out as much action as the Unique Toys. And from there, it seemed that the Unique Toys was doomed to be second-rate. That was until within the past few weeks when they showed for the first time what their figure will look in color. Boy, was this truly a surprise. All along, it seemed that Unique Toys that the Unique Toys version was too beefy, with proportions of its chest still not quite in line with the movie design compared to the already colorized MM02, which appeared to perfectly match the movie CG render. Now it seems that the Unique Toys is better proportioned than the Magnificent Mecha. You'll have to get very nitpicky even to the smallest details, but it can be argued that a Unique Toys' legs is just a little tiny bit closer to the proportions of the movie design, and that MM02's legs are just a little bit too beefy. And unlike the magnificent Mecha, the Unique Toys can join his already powerful, sharp-looking Energon blades into one double-bladed sword. Unique Toys hasn't shown Prime's battle axe, but imagine if you can send this guy fighting Sentinel Prime with that and his axe. Now again, the flame decals have not been added to the paint app, but so far it is looking almost perfectly as good as the magnificent Mecha. It sports a metallic chrome look throughout the robot that enhances its metallic appearance, but I would still say that magnificent Mecha still remains the winner here in terms of realism. Now, this is not to say that the MM02 has some flaws of its own. The biggest thing keeping me from sending a pre-order deposit is the front windows of his truck mode. I've been looking up any generic real-life renditions of the Peterbilt 379, but I still haven't found any with that much space between the bottom of the front windows and the hood. It's been said that this has to happen to get the size of his chest windows right, but I personally don't think that compromise was really that necessary, and do find it a somewhat disappointing step back from Wei Zhang and other third-party renditions that never compromised on the look of the front windows. Another concern I have is regarding the bag wheels and whether it can really roll relatively smoothly. As we saw in the updates, the bag tires on the thighs of the MM02 look perfectly movie accurate, but when in vehicle form, they just look as thick and exactly the same as they were in bot mode, and I am puzzled as to why they didn't find some sort of innovation like what Wei Zhang did to keep the back wheels both robot and vehicle mode accurate. This also raises questions about whether he can roll smoothly or even smoothly at all. I'm referring to another great Transformers review, MPM Collector, revealed on his Instagram page. Shout out to him for the cool work he's doing. In his latest mention regarding the wheels, he did say that they will be rubber tires, but that the figure will barely be able to roll at all. I think collectors should take that into consideration because after all, a lot of us fans do want our automobile turning characters to roll pretty smoothly as cars, since it's a necessary playability boost to our transformable figures. In the end, I think it all comes down to your own personal preference and what you mind or don't mind. If you are indeed a bit turned off by Magnificent Mecha's compromise of the front windows and how they handle the back tires, then I think it's reasonable to pick the Unique Toys, which brings in the utmost realistic truck mode. Despite it not being completely movie accurate in terms of proportions, it's still bringing the same level of realism to its robot mode, even though that is a tad bit off from the movie in terms of the proportions of its chest, especially the area near its shoulders, where it shows a bit too much of those gold accented triple joints that were more covered up in the movie. But if you want the utmost movie-accurate depiction of Prime, then the MM02 will be your best bet, owing to the nice subtle weathering applied to both versions. And this is only a fraction of what we've seen from either of these two. We still don't know how Unique Toys plans to incorporate Jetfire, or at least the jetpack from the movie, and how his trailer and his armory factor into their mix. But I would love to know your thoughts in the comments below. Have you regretted not waiting for the Unique Toys and submitting that MM02 pre-order deposit? Or do you still think the MM02 remains the best transformable representation of the Bay-designed leader of the Autobots? Let me know what you think of these two figures, and if you found this video helpful, feel free to give the video a like and subscribe for more, and until then, I'll see you next time.